Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company, where I'm your host, Dane Anthony. That's right, I'm back in the room with the detailing and the stuff. And I'm also in the room with Anthony Fisher here.
Dane, thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here, and you're correct. We finally unchained you from the back room. We've released you
out of my cage
to the public to be able to join us for this beautiful Q&A Thursday. Now, it's not just us today.
No, in fact, it's not.
Over in the distance, what do we have, Dane?
There's a wild Carson, and he's got a little something to say because it's a special detail today. What's up?
It is. We are detailing an ICE vehicle. And so a little bit different than your normal, or excuse me, we're detailing
it's an EV.
EV, yeah, we're not detailing an ICE vehicle like we normally would. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Use some of my favorite products today. It's the dealer's choice, if you will. And yeah, have some fun.
So just to clarify, internal combustion engine versus an EV.
Yeah, electric vehicle. Yeah.
Because we wash a lot of, internal combustion cars here. When you pop the hood, you see something a little different. In this case, there are no pistons. There's no internal combustion going on under there whatsoever. You've got some orange cables, which indicate high voltage.
Yes.
But it's just an electric car.
So something, of course, to be a little bit careful with, right, when you're dealing with super, super high voltage. Washing the exterior of the car should be roughly the same, but we're going to be delicately detailing the engine bay today. So... or if you want to call it the engine bay.
Yeah, I mean, it's dirty in there.
Sure.
So still gets attention like an engine bay would.
Yeah, we definitely just wanted to clear that up just to, for sure. So anyways, we are super excited to be here. It's a beautiful Thursday. And I want to say, thank you to everybody who has gone to theragcompany.com and purchased some goods during the sale, which the sale has finally ended. But we just had an awesome Labor Day sale. And so I think that a lot of people scored pretty big, right? 20% off almost everything, and tons of awesome doorbusters. And so needless to say, all these packages have either shipped or are currently in the process of being shipped out. So just kind of keep an eye out for the tracking number and when those are going to arrive to you, because detailing season is still in full effect, Dane. We are coming.
It's
actually
high time right now.
Technically, wait, hold on.
What's your math telling you,
Dane? Are we out? Are we going into fall right now?
Did you feel that too?
I think I felt that as well. Right.
Okay.
September, October, November.
It's September now.
Yes, it is September.
Yeah. Yes, it's been September for 4 days.
Holy crap. So we are officially into fall.
Oh my.
We are officially in fall right now. Yeah.
It's my favorite shoulder season. So, yeah.
Shoulder, what does that even mean?
Are you not familiar with the concept of shoulder seasons?
No, I don't know.
Shoulder seasons are like the half and half to the whole milk of winter and summer. So the shoulder seasons are your fall and your spring shoulder seasons.
Gotcha. I didn't know.
They're the lesser seasons, but not in my heart. To me, they are their own full seasons. But you call them shoulder seasons because they're kind of on the way to other parts.
Fall is everything.
Yeah.
Fall, call me basic, but I'm a fall guy, right? So
you're a fall guy. Well, that's a whole other thing.
So needless to say, we are into September now, which is awesome, and hopefully hoping for cooler weather, at least where we're at, and perhaps where you are, you might already be getting into some cooler weather, or you might be looking forward to warmer weather, right? Depending on how far south you are, right? So with that said, we've still been doing a lot of detailing here, but not getting a lot of content. Actually, we had a friend of the program, Dan Digna, also known as Alkaline Top Hat, Alkaline Trio was what we nicknamed him, who was here for a few days, and we actually were detailing his Audi RS4.
Yeah, and it was actually a beautiful car underneath all of that dirt and bugs and grime. I saw what it looked like when you guys were done. It's going to look great in that video. Yep. I'm excited.
So he road tripped all the way from, I think it was Pennsylvania or something like that?
Yeah, no, he picked up the car, it's somewhere, where was it? It was close to Philly, but not quite.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly, but he drove all the way through. He actually stopped through the Rag Company here for a few days. We focused on detailing and cleaning the car, and we actually shot a pretty cool video for you guys that'll be coming out here in the next few weeks. So here's kind of a rundown of the future here. Oh, well, not the future, right? Of the plans here at TRC. Starting next week, we have some more friends coming into town, which we're really excited about. We're actually going to be starting with a lot of some kind of pre-TRC shoots, which is going to be really fun. And so we'll have a week of doing that, and then following that week, we'll actually be jumping into our next brand week that I think many of you will enjoy, which is going to be really, really fun. So. We're looking forward to an awesome fall, and Halloween is right around the corner, so just please mark your calendars. Rad Company at Halloween is always a fun time. We are going to try to produce and release some pretty cool stuff around then, so just throwing that out into the ether right now. So that's pretty much been it, but Dane, anything new with you? What's been new in your life?
Just the usual. Losing a little weight, doing various things, feeling better and better. I'm wearing bright-colored shirts lately, and kind of spicing it up a little bit.
Is that what you call that? A scale pattern is what that is?
Yeah. It's kind of like almost like scallops.
It looks like fish scales to me.
I could see that.
Kind of trout-like.
Give or take.
Yeah. A little trout. Maybe more carp-like. I'm not really sure yet.
I don't keep that close an eye on fish scales, so I don't know the difference.
Yeah, me either. I definitely don't do that.
Kind of felt like
that would be weird.
Kind of felt like that's where you're going with that.
No.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But no, we've been holding the fort down here at TRC. We've been having a lot of fun lately. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into some comments. Also, huge shout out to RJ from WD for showing up last week to hang out with us for the Q&A and shoot some content as well. Awesome guy, dude. I mean, seriously, RJ from WD, super, super cool. We love meeting people in the industry that kind of, match our energy and that are really down to earth.
He was a great hang. He was a really, really real guy. He was just fun.
Well, and the thing, and the tough part, truthfully, right? We've met a lot of detailers. We've met a lot of YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
There's
different kinds.
There's definitely different kinds of YouTubers out there, and we never know what we're going to get, right? What flavor of YouTuber are we going to get? And RJ was just that dude. Who's just an awesome guy. I mean, all around, loves detailing, loves making videos.
Yeah.
And we got along really, really well. So, all right. So we have first from Puerto Rico. Hello, yes. TRC team. Humberto, what is going on?
It's not a show without Humberto.
It's not.
And then he also says, hopefully none of you are sick. No.
Humberto,
last I checked.
Humberto, why would you say that?
Yeah,
don't put that.
Are you trying to jinx us?
Knock on wood.
What's going on? Hey, knock on something wood there, Carson. We don't want you getting sick either.
It's
there you go. You got a wooden
head.
noggin.
Yeah.
All right, moving along, we've got Dan Pfeiffer here with a good afternoon and word up from a cloudy Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Looking forward to another great Q&A. I agree. And then he follows that up with Alex here saying, Alex, hello, you beautiful people. See you this weekend. My God, it's that soon.
Yep.
It's coming up that quickly. We'll see you very soon, Alex, and buddy Joey as well. Now, Mac here. What's Mac saying?
Happy early weekend, everyone. Mac, what's going on? Welcome to the party. Glad to see you here.
And then he also says,
scheduled to have our first Saturday without rain in over 2 months in Jacksonville, Florida. Can't wait to do a thorough decon wash. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is something to celebrate, Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got ourselves Shark Blue Turbo, who's been popping up more and more lately. Happy to see you here and your E30 in the picture. Love seeing that. Assuming that's yours. And then we got David Boyce here. David Boyce saying, afternoon, everyone.
David, what's going on?
He's just saying, hey, with a little salute there. Then Shark Blue Turbo follows up. What's he saying?
Just got my wheel mitts. They look great. So amazing as a 2-pack as well. Going to try them on some 21s. Ooh, nice. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I like that plan. Then we've got Stilly's Mobile Detailing.
Hello. Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. Can't wait to get my Labor Day sale order delivered. We're excited for you as well, man.
Labor Day sale was a very busy one. I'm honestly surprised at the turnout for that one. It was impressive. Yeah. Then we got Alpha Tango 4, our friend AT4 popping in, just saying, Dane.
Yep, what's going on?
Happy to see you, man. Then I've got DIY with Kane, Anthony.
Hello, TRC. Reasons to procrastinate work emails has begun. Minnesota checking in. Nice. Glad to see you in here.
Always happy to have a few Minnesota folks, Midwest in general, You guys are fun. We like having you in here. And Detail Grind Podcast with the ominous.
Yes.
Hello, Anthony.
Yeah, it seems to happen every single week. I'm not sure why that happens.
Every time.
Here we go.
David Boyce loving the pre-show music. Then we got Megan back in the show here saying, hey, from Tallahassee, y'all.
Megan, what's going on?
That. Then let's see. Well, it would take somebody with a Mopar in their picture to say internal combustion versus EV is fighting words, just saying, yeah, no, I get it, man. You're probably a fan of the old V8, I bet. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's different strokes for different folks. I happen to be a fan of both in different applications. All right. Detail Grind saying afternoon, Dane. There's a period at the end of that.
So
I feel like that's almost feels like a threat. Like when somebody puts a period, like punctuation, a period at the end of a text message or something, it always feels way too serious.
The message from them just felt more ominous than that.
I don't enjoy when people put a period at the end of their like sentence in a text. It feels threatening.
It does. Next up.
Chat, how do you feel about that? All right, moving along. Old school P&S question. All right, Stilly. Well, throw it at us. We're waiting and listening. And GM Car Care, what's he saying?
Hey, guys, the new Grand Ambassador for TRC Europe is here. What's going on? Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Love that.
Congratulations, man. Mac Bergson says, I placed an order for the Air Blaster and some new microfibers. I can't wait to get them in. Nice, Mac. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a good time. Be blasting away all of your problems. Hans Klosen, who is the guy on the left with that dress shirt?
I mean,
I think the man with the dragon tattoo is asking who you are.
Like. It's been so long since I've been out here. I get it, you guys. You missed me, right? You missed me? Maybe a little? Okay. I appreciate you, those of you who did. If you didn't, maybe I'll grow on you. Yeah. Stilly's Mobile Detailing. Old school P&S question. Wondering, 2 coats of Legend? Is it unnecessary? Are there any benefits to doing that? Or simply stick to 1 coat, then Defender an hour later? I'm going to go with 1 coat and Defender. Yeah. That would be my move.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel the same. Is there any benefit to doing 2 coats of Legend? Really? I mean, Legend is so dense.
Yeah.
So it's a meaty coating.
I mean, so is this because you still have Legend left, Andy, or are you talking about Stout? I mean, because if you have Legend left, then Legend and Stout 1 coat. That's pretty much all you need to do. Anything more than that's pretty unnecessary. But yeah, I think he said old school, so yeah, that would be a bottle of Legend you probably had left. Mm-hmm. Next up here,
I get it.
Insomniac Detail. I've never heard a season referred to as whole milk.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was weirded out by the shoulder season thing. That's real. You can look it up. Whole milk, though, that reference was all mine.
But I've never heard somebody refer to it as a shoulder season. Why?
Never? Okay, you don't read enough, clearly.
What's that supposed to mean, Dane? I read plenty.
You read enough stories, articles, anything like that, you're bound to come across somebody referring to spring or fall as a shoulder season. It's just a thing.
It doesn't happen.
Then again, maybe I'm just too into architecture and that kind of foofy stuff, and it's
I read
in
enough
the same
party,
circles that people would reference shoulder seasons. Oh, no, book talk is something else entirely.
Right.
Careful.
Gosh, okay.
Alex Dewar.
It says, you don't like pumpkin spice. You like cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, and sugar. I said what I said.
So he's making a statement. He's saying that people who say they like pumpkin spice don't actually like pumpkin spice.
Probably.
What they like is that list he just gave.
Yeah, I don't like pumpkin that much, but I do like fall just in general. I think it's fun.
Okay. Yeah.
I like the basicness of fall. I think it's
fall.
just a good time.
I like the crispness in the air, but you still have some of the warmth, but it gets cool at night. What I don't like during the summer is when it stays 100 degrees out after the sun has been down for like 2 hours and you're still just feeling the asphalt radiating that heat. Blech. No thanks, man.
Agreed.
I was done sweating when the sun went down.
Shark Blue Turbo says, Stoner's Terminator spray and rinse only. Didn't help old tar on the car for 8 months from the dealership. Should I use on a towel to wipe the panel? Yeah. Yep. So like for Terminator, you can grab like a ripping rag or something, like a towel you're gonna throw away or whatever. Spray some on that. Make sure you have gloves on, and then try to remove the tar that way. That's usually what we'll do. I don't really do the spray on rinse off with Terminator. I just agitate as needed. Works pretty good.
Okay. Carson, this one's for you. Okay. So, Detail Grind Podcast saying, Carson, my boy.
I love those guys. Shout out to them.
All right. Just wanted to make sure you heard that nice and clear. You're welcome to go back to spraying
Thank you.
now. All right. Then I got David Boyce here with a Dane Fisher and Anthony Hennon. I don't recall those nuptials happening. I don't think that's a thing. So,
know who those people are.
Yeah, might want to check your sources on that. Aaron Bauer, unfortunately, I could see Book Talk doing something like that.
Can we give up? Can we give up to Levi for his next business venture?
Oh.
Yes, actually, let's talk about that. So,
Yeah.
Levi's announced that he is now the North American, I think, director. Technically, is the title there.
Big boy.
For Liquid freaking Elements. Congratulations
That's
to
cool.
the one and only Levi Gates, the master of shine.
Shine on, brother.
A friend for life. I talk to him, every week, but I've actually talked to him this week, so I need to call him.
Yeah.
But no, we're super proud of Levi. We think that's going to be awesome. Excited for Liquid Elements as well. I think they're going to do big things. And so Levi Gates and Brian at the helm, I should say, not the realm, at the helm in the realm of Liquid Elements. Yeah.
And my axe.
We love both those guys so much, man. I mean, Brian Guy, we've had such fun memories and trips with Brian. It's like, he's the best. And
you can't not like a guy who literally makes his own hats.
I know. Brian's awesome, dude. He's just such like a genuine guy. And so Brian and Levi together, there's definitely going to be some magic happening. 100%. Next up.
All right. Next up, we got Stilly.
Says, put my order in early on Tuesday. Tracking notice arrive. This saying that it will be here on Saturday. Wow, this morning, I think is what he's trying to say.
Nice.
Stoked on a fairly timely delivery. TRC crew, thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, you got it, man. Then we got Chill Guy Chief. What's he saying?
Hello from Harrisburg, PA.
I like your name, guy. All right. Then we got Megan here saying, please bring P&S Dave back soon. I want to hear about the backpacking trip. Yeah. Well, Megan, the next time we've got a hold of Dave, I'm sure he'd be happy to stop by. It's a little hike up here, but, given enough time, I'm sure he could backpack his way right to our front door.
Dan, I think you missed an opportunity for the chill guy comment to say I'm something of a chill guy myself.
That's a double reference right there.
Yeah,
that's a few levels. That's Willem Dafoe and Spider-Man and the chill guy meme all rolled into one.
A chill guy myself. Carson, why are you shaking your head over there? Is that meme reference dead?
Correct.
Okay.
Carson at this point is like half our age, so we are ancient beings.
Carson, are you half our age?
No.
No.
Do I have to answer that?
No.
Could I be your father?
I mean, probably. Knowing you.
I can.
That would lead to some weird questions.
Yeah,
Anyways, moving along,
on.
we got AT4 here. I have to cut out early today. My kid hit a deer and totaled his car this morning near Wilbur. Oh, no. Taking him to the dealership. He's fine, but the car is cooked. Have a great show, folks. I'm so sorry, Alpha Tango. That is not cool.
Hey, we're just glad he's okay, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you did say he's okay, because
that's all that matters.
That's the important bit. Insurance can handle, the car, but people, a little harder to replace.
Yep.
Good. That he's
get him
okay.
into another safe car, maybe something cool, but also safe, right?
Yep.
But deer are unrelentless, right? They don't care what they hit.
They sure don't. And
Next
they
up.
love to jump scare. All right. Megan saying, hope your son is okay. Oh, yep. Followed up. Same idea. And then Mr. Betonator.
Long story short, workplace polished concrete next to our parking lot. Oh, no. And I'm dealing with embedded concrete dust on top of my car. Best way to remove it. Have you washed it first? Have you tried to wash it? If you've washed it and it's still on there, I would try to do a mild clay. And see if that can just get it off. If the car is like coated or has protection on it, sometimes that dust will come off. Gosh, man, concrete sucks. Because if I were to even say some diluted muriatic acid, you could use that. You don't want to have to wash your whole car. You don't need to. That's kind of a pain. I would say, try to wash, decon, clay, see where you're at. There's a good chance that you probably would have to polish your vehicle out after claying it if the embedded concrete dust is there and adds a ton of friction during the removal. So just be aware of that. That's a pretty good chance. But who knows? You may be able to take a good enough clay lube or like a good foam, take an ultra clay scrubber, an ultra clay towel, just simply glide over the top, and it might be able to really remove a lot of that without a ton of pressure, and that would be the most ideal thing. So we'll see. But yeah, dang, dude, that sucks. They're actually cutting our concrete over here.
Oh, and there's dust in the air then too.
There's so much dust in the air. Thankfully, it's just everything's really dry, but they have been cutting concrete in this whole entire parking lot over here.
You don't want that in your lungs either, though.
These guys do not care. Yeah, those guys, not in your lungs. These guys, no ear protection, no
we walked out there.
No respirator.
Insane.
They're raw dogging concrete cutting. And I'm like, man, what are they doing?
We can hear it very vividly in the office.
You can only imagine what it's like being the operator.
We walked out there, and this guy does not have any hearing protection on at all. Just
no respirator.
What are the odds that his hearing is completely gone already, and so at this point he just doesn't care?
I don't know, but
Either way,
regardless, we're seeing all the rocks fly up in the air as he's cutting. It's just not good. I don't know. But those are the kind of guys where you run over. Hey man, do you want to wear a mask or do you want some headphones?
And they're
gonna either laugh at you and tell you to man up, or
then there's that.
Or they may not know what's going on.
Could be any one of those. All right, next up. Stilly with a question/comment that directly references something we were actually talking about right before the show started. He says, "By the way, no more Pearl Puck applicators. I love those, man.
They're coming. Stay tuned.
Work in progress, my friend.
Stay tuned, my friend.
Little patience goes a long way."
In the back here, you can actually see Gabriel Garcia. I'm not really sure what he's doing or what he's working on.
Something.
Gabe, what do you...
Let's just say I'm about to have a blast.
What is wrong with you?
I missed the person I was 5 seconds
weird,
ago.
you freak.
Okay.
Get out of here. We know we're not going to boo him, but we will call him a freak. Right?
Oh wow, because that's better.
He's our freak. DIY with Kane says, any exciting built hammer update? Seems like this is never going to happen with TRC or anyone else. Just Matt's core 3 or 4 products. So, oh man, the best way to describe this is that it is a work in progress, right? They're still moving forward. How do I say this? It's not us. It's not necessarily even Matt. There is a lot of things that have to be in place for this to be done properly, right? I think there's a difference between a brand. Okay, now I got to say this in a really
diplomatic way.
I don't want to upset anybody.
I feel like anybody watching now can pretty much read between the lines of whatever you're about to say.
No, but anyway. I'm just trying to do this the right way. Anybody can grab a foreign brand, bring over a few SKUs, and say we've brought the brand to the USA, right?
But
they
really?
will try to get all the praise that they can that they have done this, right?
It only takes one bottle to take a picture.
So many other moving parts with properly, and I say properly, releasing and bringing a brand into North America for longevity, right?
Actual real volume.
And note there, longevity, right? Mm-hmm. Foreign brands can come and go into the U.S. They have come and gone in the U.S., right? And the toughest part is that people say, we want this brand, bring it over. And then they do, but they're brought on improperly. They're brought on without thought of longevity, with margin, with packaging, with SDS sheets, with so many different moving pieces that what happens is a ball gets dropped somewhere, right? Frustrations happen. Frustrations between the brands happen. And then before you know it, somebody calls it off and they say, this isn't going to work out. Do you know why we know this? Because we've learned the hard way. We've done this.
Remember
learned,
that time we brought a brand that was actually really solid over, and we tried to tell everybody about it.
Why do I say this with authority? Because I know how this works.
We tried to get people to listen, and they're like, I'm tired of all the hype and all this stuff. We're like, but it's actually good. And then when we finally just said, you know what, it's been like a year and a half, 2 years of this, and it's just not happening, then we found just like, okay, had to wrap. COVID and everything affected that too. But then it just all kind of slowed down, and suddenly people started asking, hey, what happened to this brand? Just just out of the blue. And then it turned into literal years of us having to answer that question.
Yeah. So what there has to be is there's a game plan that has to happen when bringing on a brand from overseas, and it's a much bigger game than a 20-foot container. That's like barely scraping the surface, right? It's like laughable, right? If that's the overall game plan, when you're doing 20 of those a
month, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing 20 of those. Yeah.
But you have to really lay out the foundation of what this brand is going to be and what the purpose of this brand is going to be within the U.S., within North America, and within essentially a foreign country to that brand, right? What is the purpose? Why does it exist? Why does it need to exist? Who is it going to serve, right? And how do you make it successful in the long run? And we have a few brand partners that are from overseas that have really created prime examples of being able to get longevity out of this plan, right? And to provide jobs within the U.S. for this brand that is not even from here. Yeah. That's how to do it. And it takes a while for this kind of stuff to happen. It can't happen overnight. And if it is happening overnight, then you should really question how long that's going to be around for, is what I'm trying to say. So,
we take longer to do things because we actually take our time to think it out.
And again, it's what's being promised and what's being delivered, right? Because what happens is the people that are getting promised these things, right?
Guys, we brought this brand to the U.S. and then you see it and it's like, okay, but one guy had it shipped to his house.
It's people being promised the world that, hey, you've made it to America, right? You've done it, right? Eventually, frustrations will build with these brands from overseas of, hey, when is our promise getting delivered upon, right?
A valid, fair question.
When is everything that you promised, all the guts, all the glory, when are we going to get that? And when those things people aren't held accountable, frustrations will happen, people will separate, the deals get cut off, right? And then, you know what? Somebody else down the road has to pick up where somebody else left off, and it sucks because then you have two people that are hurt by a situation and nobody's happy, and it makes you not want to try again. And in the case of Built Hamburg, right, I would much rather, and Matt, for what it's worth, has done everything that he can properly, and 100% credit goes to Matt because he's done things the best he possibly could with this particular scenario. In order for us to get hands-on with this, we're more hands-on than we currently are with making this happen, there has to be this foundation that is properly laid out where everybody is happy about the plan for a brand. And once you do that, then there's no cracks in the foundation. There's nothing to go wrong. It should be smooth sailing from there. But I will say, I can think of a lot of sample examples out there right now where there is so many bad foundations that things will fail or people will be unhappy and things will fall apart, right? And people may not care that happens. Some people might, but it as the consumer, as the people who are buying the products, ultimately it fails them and it sucks for them because they find something they like, it no longer becomes available. If it is available, now they have to pay triple to get something that they once bought for a third of that price. Wild. And now they're upset, right? And it could,
rightfully so.
Bad name in the detail industry's mouth, you know?
Absolutely, it does.
Does what I'm saying, does that make sense?
We're trying to be really diplomatic
am I on a massive soapbox right now? I could be.
No, you're on a soapbox, but it's a good one. And I feel bad because people who are just out there and they want to try these products and stuff, I understand like asking the question and wanting to do that, and the frustration that comes with when you don't know what's going on and you're waiting. Come on, something's got to happen. And just like what he said, I mean, it's a work in progress, but sometimes it's clunky. It's not fun. Yeah. But know that we are trying.
Trust me when I say that this particular project that you're bringing up right now, we're working towards it, and we're working towards making it a foolproof foundation in which this can happen.
Yeah.
And if it can't, then we'll be honest and we'll tell you it can't. And then we'll say, hey, this is, this can't work this way, unfortunately. But we wish them the best of luck, and then that's that.
And then the only 2 cents I'll add to that is the part that you kind of addressed earlier on, which is when you see other places being like, we brought this brand here and it's just like a handful of bottles and it's one person showing it kind of thing. It's like that person ordered that and they had it to show. That's not the same as receiving container loads of product to actually serve the customers and actually provide a renewable, sustainable, well of product to pull from. It's different because we want people to come back. We don't just want to be like, hey, we got the name in there, we got the SEO, we got everything going for us, and then not be able to follow up after you make your first order. That's not cool. I don't think that's cool.
Well, what's going to happen too is, you order one 20-foot container, whatever it is, and then you as a company, you order a 20-foot container, and you promote a product, you build an obscene amount of hype, you get people excited about it, and then you don't forecast properly, or maybe you do,
which is hard. I mean, it's a lot of work.
And then let's just say the product sells out, right? Well, then it's sold out for how long? A month, 2 months, 3 months, right? Who knows? With all the other changes in the world happening with shipping, logistics, all that. You have frustration on both ends, and again, that's also a start of a crack in a foundation as well. There's got to be a game plan for releases, and we would want to do it right. So, moving on to the next comment here.
I love a good soapbox
Mac
moment, though,
Bergson says, "My wallet is begging for no more brand weeks." Well,
I have some unfortunate news.
Mac, there might be one left in the tank.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We're not quite done
What's
yet.
one more, right? We're going to have fun. It'll be a good time.
But next week will be really fun.
Yeah. Chill Guy. Dane, something of a chill guy himself, says, I have a
am.
truck and a Tesla. I love them both.
That's all right, man. Do your thing. Nothing wrong with having a little of each.
Took advantage of the sale and got a good deal on another bottle of Phobic. Sweet. Love that.
When you're the home of a product like that.
Yeah, actually, that's what I'm using today.
Look at
I do want to share a little tip here.
Oh,
my
please.
friend.
Tips with Carson.
Let's go over here.
Carson's tip of the day.
My friend Ryan from Fine Detailing showed me this. So this is actually a dropper from an ADS coating and put into the new Phobic bottles. I believe they're shipping with these too. But you just take your cap, put it on here, and then you can actually apply it to an applicator and get a little bit longer protection rather than just spraying it on and buffing it off. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, so stay tuned for that.
Nice.
Thank you for the update. Then I've got Dan Pfeiffer saying, I use full punctuation in all of my texts, always, with a period at the end. In a comment, I don't mind it. In written word, in like articles, obviously punctuation is important. But in the informal way of speaking, that is text messaging, a period at the end of a sentence just feels a little too stern to me. It just sounds curt. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just neurotic and read way too far into it. Do you feel like that when somebody sends you a message with a period at the end? Does it feel like somebody using your full, your government name at you? Like your mother saying, Anthony, middle name Fisher? Since I don't want to out your middle name if you don't want to.
It's fine, Dane. But no, I think that you are very conscientious of that. Mm-hmm. And if I were to text Dane something with a period at the end, he would think that he has done something horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And sure. I would do it out of humor, and but that's just Dane as a person. So yeah, don't give Dane a hard time.
Yeah.
Aaron Bauer says, Every should end their sentence.
I think he says everyone.
No, this is tough. You guys, come on. Let's
you know
just
what, though?
take the time.
I'm telling you right now, Aaron, this is chat. I'm allowing punctuation here. It's only when somebody sends me actual text messages or like messenger messages, that's when I kind of go, ooh, somebody says with a period at the end. Doesn't bother me here. Here, I expect it. I don't know why. I just do. I don't know why that matters, but it does in my quirky brain.
AT4 says, dang, okay. Thank goodness he's okay. Agreed.
I just saw comments ahead, and they're all freaking out wanting to know your middle name. I hadn't realized. We mentioned it before, but it's kind of like just slept under the radar there.
Yeah. I almost missed the podcast. Hello, everyone.
And then Dan Pfeiffer simply going, Dane, with a period at the end. Huh. Steve the Foamer. What's Steve saying?
Because of this channel and others, I have learned enough to take my hobby to a side hustle. Angry Monkey Detailing. Thank you. I think that's fun, Steve the Foamer.
Who wouldn't want to hire Angry Monkey Detailing? I mean, that just sounds like a gamble I'd be willing to take.
It does. I like that.
Sounds like they're going to take good care of my car.
Yeah. Jennifer Lemus says, "What do you guys? Who do you guys would rec? Oh,
what
crap,
do you
man.
guys?
Oh God,
okay. What would you guys recommend for piano interior polish? Thanks. Sorry, Jennifer, your words just got a little. I think autocomplete just kind of threw some extra words in there. Don't have a stroke trying to read it. It's just added some words.
I think I'm going crazy sometimes.
For those at home listening on the podcast, I will read it verbatim and you'll see what I mean. What do you guys would recommend for piano interior polish? ? Thanks.
So, but like, I feel, Dane, do you not feel like sometimes you read something and I go, I don't know. I'm like,
no, for a second, I question. Okay? I'm like, wait, is my brain doing this, or is it actually there on the screen?
But do you know how when you guys have you guys ever seen those Facebook posts?
I'm sorry, Jennifer. This isn't meant to make you feel bad or anything. You're totally just asking a question.
Do you guys ever see those Facebook posts where something is written incorrectly and it says like, if you read this, you can There's a
classic internet thing that like makes you feel like you're having a stroke as you read it. Anyway, let's not get too
Jennifer. Sorry. What do you guys recommend for piano black interior polish? Personally, what I like to use is Optimum Hyper Polish. And the reason for that is Optimum Hyper Polish is non-trim staining. And so if I do happen to brush up against a piece of plastic that's textured or whatever it is, I know that I'm not going to be left with some type of compound or polish, residual solvent or abrasives left over that could dry and turn unsightly. Hyper Polish is really easy to use. And yeah, I mean, like piano black, it's like perfect for that. So, and it's really like minimal. It's not going to cut a whole lot, right? So, just that with usually with like a yellow foam pad is perfect.
Yeah. All right. No, and that stuff does scratch so easily.
It does.
It's so frustrating.
It really
Having
does.
had several cars with that, it's hard to avoid. Joey Belinsky saying, "Hey guys, looking snazzy, Dane. Must have had a job interview lined up at lunchtime. It's funny. You caught me red-handed. I figured, well, if it doesn't go well for me here, I don't think anybody's going to have a good time. But if I'm out looking at job interviews, y'all should be concerned."
Yeah, it's true.
All right, next up here, I've got...
That means we're losing the shop if anybody's misunderstood that correctly.
Aw, Tamara, being sweet. Tamara says, "I miss you, Dane." Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate you.
I think that Lucas might be her favorite. You might be her second.
I will take it.
I'm hoping for like a third or fourth, right? If Gabe comes before me, so help me.
Well, Lucas and I don't appear in the main channel videos quite so often. You're in a lot of those, so people just like you in generally speaking.
I don't know about that.
I like you. You're one of my best friends.
Yeah, you have to say that because you're stuck with me maybe for a lifetime. So Megan says traveling in Europe is more affordable in the shoulder seasons. She's using the shoulder seasons. Okay. Yeah. That's the only context in which I've overheard that phrase used. Okay.
But most importantly, Megan, you have heard it, haven't you? Yes. All right. Moving along.
Hey, Carson. Little C Black. What are we foaming today? What are we using?
What are we using?
Today we're using, because it was in the thumbnail, we're using Optimum Touchless.
So it's putting on a good show.
Sure is. I went a little overkill because I
on the
forgot
dilution. It's looking good. You painted that car white.
No, it was about 10 to 1, but I layered it a few times.
Nick, can we get that front angle there? I love the way that grill's looking with the foam over on the top of that.
The texture looks cool.
It does.
Yeah.
So we had some questions I saw earlier where people are wondering, like, what's the point of optimum touchless wash, right?
I did see that.
People want to know, how is it relatively pH balanced, and how does it actually clean? Does it actually clean? And then why would it be unsafe for a wax and or sealant? It's agitated. So I don't know from a chemistry standpoint all of the answers, but according to Dr. G and according to Jason from Optimum Polymer Technologies, we love Jason, by the way. If you're Jason, you're watching this, we love you and you're one of our favorites.
He's wonderful.
He basically, optimum touchless wash, something in the chemistry, and I don't know if it's a sugar additive that's in this particular one. Don't hold me to this, but there is something in here where it will remove a portion of contamination on its own through foaming and then rinsing, right? If the process is that you foam it on, let it penetrate the dirt, and then rinse it, right? If you rinse, foam, rinse, I don't think you're going to see a big difference. I think if you foam this on dry, rinse it off immediately, allow this foam to actually penetrate the dirt, I think that there's a good chance you may see a better reaction. Now, physically agitating this soap, they say that's really going to be your decon, right? Mm-hmm. So agitate this soap and it could potentially remove a wax, like a pretty basic wax.
Sure.
And I think that has to be something in the soap itself. I don't think it's an abrasive, but I don't know what it is that is able to do that, but it won't scratch, it's not going to mar, it's not going to damage anything, but I do think that physically agitating it makes a difference. So maybe Dr. G, next time we have him or Jason here, we can go into more depth on that, but I have seen some people ask questions about it, but overall, I think it's a really affordable product for what you get out of this. It smells good, works great in a foam cannon.
Love the way it smells.
And
like I rinsed it before, I'm foaming it, then I'm going to rinse it again, then I'm going to foam it with pH neutral soap, and then I'm going to contact wash.
You're doing the full meal deal, right?
Well, the part where his mic wasn't turned on just yet is when he said, "Anthony, you taught me like a psycho."
Well, this particular thing, I mean, you rinsed it first, which is fine.
Yes.
But I suppose if you really want to get the most out of this touchless wash,
absolutely,
you would have dry foamed it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had some weird experiences dry foaming things before. Not anything recent, but I just in the past, and I'm just like, I kind of made me weird about dry foaming stuff. I don't know. I'm just weird about it.
I'm assuming we're still talking about detail.
Yeah, we are. Could not be. Moving on.
Moving along.
Stilly says...
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Stilly. I'll bring it back. Although I think I missed this Jimbo one, and he came before Stilly, so go ahead and...
What would you recommend to protect newer black trim that doesn't need restoration? Over the top from Solution Finish is awesome. You can still use something like a trim ceramic coating if you want to. Trim Plus can still be applied.
I think ADS Trim Plus is a good
C4
medium.
from G-Technic can be used. But if it doesn't need restoration and you're looking for something that can be applied every few months, 6 months, over the top from Solution Finish. Smells amazing too, by the way.
Would you maybe adventure into like Coach PSS or anything like that? Or
the PSS would darken.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of.
It would also add some UV protection as well. Either way,
it's an option. So you got options, Jimbo, but pick the one that sounds the most appealing to you. Then we go back to Stilly here.
Due to lightning strikes setting my whole hood on fire Tuesday. So Andy's from Modesto, California, when he describes where he's located as his whole hood. That's how it is there. Holy crap, though. That's insane. On fire on Tuesday, detailing slowed up a bit around here. Cal Fire aircraft of the sky sound like a war zone. Wish I could send pics of the madness. Holy crap, dude. We hope you stay safe.
Yes.
And hopefully your house and everything like that isn't affected by that.
Yeah. California doesn't really need more fires. this year. GM Car Care. Every detailer needs armored detail supply in his arsenal.
His or her GM
That's
Car
right.
Care.
There are hers here as well.
His
Anybody.
or her.
Anybody could use it in their arsenal, but the point remains, I agree.
David Boyce, nerd alert. Never hear of Shoulder Season, and then again, I don't read Agatha Christie novels.
Neither do I, and yet I still knew what a shoulder season was. Yeah, no,
and apparently
not my thing.
I am General Grievous.
You're
I
General
read
Grievous.
General Grievous novels because I have multiple arms.
You're just sitting there reading the Star Wars extended universe. I get it. I see how it is.
Speaking of which,
Thanks,
speaking of Star Wars, I got my daughter.
Oh yeah,
I got my daughter some lightsabers. Right.
Looks like she was having fun.
Well, so I've been playing a video game called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Right. I've been playing that on my PlayStation.
I want a little gnarly for little kids.
Well, so I've been playing it. I've beaten it pretty. I actually just recently beat it. Good game, by the way. But my daughter would walk in and she'd see me playing it, and she goes, "Ooh!" and she like climbed up my lap and she wants to watch me fight monsters and stuff. But she kept calling it the game with the glow sticks.
Glow stick game.
Glow sticks and the robot on the shoulder, right? There's like the BD1. It's like a little robot, and she calls it the game with the glow sticks and the robot. And so, Daddy, can I watch you play the game with the glow sticks? And I go, yeah, let's turn it on. So I fight monsters. She loves watching it. She gets really into it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy her like some like lightsabers on Amazon.
Oh man,
I wish what's available now on Amazon was available when I was a kid, dude.
If we had half the stuff they have
you
now.
can buy like anodized aluminum handle LED lightsabers, right, with the impact rated
They honestly look
sticks.
way cooler than the ones we had as kids.
Like we had the collapsible.
We had the collapsible
crap.
plastic one where you'd have to swing it hard enough that it all unfolded. And it was like, which, hey, that was fun as a kid, just doing the
I know, but
it was like
they
a collapsible camping cup.
They were crap, Dane. They sucked. And so now
They broke a lot.
you can get like the real looking deal, right? I got a 2-pack on Amazon for $40. You get 2 of them, and you can screw them together to create a staff.
You can make a Darth Maul style saber.
I'm like,
that's
for
sick.
$40 for aluminum.
Are they color change or are they one solid
full,
color?
like 20 colors.
So it's just the RGB spectrum.
RGB, but you can get 20 colors. They all look cool.
All
They
right.
make sounds.
Well,
they
I
make,
noticed she chose purple, so I was like, all right, a Mace fan.
and
cool.
She lost it when I showed it to her for the first time, and I lit it up, and it lights up. Her mouth drops, her eyes got super wide, and she goes, "What the?" I'm like, "I got this for you," and it feels great because I'm not like, "Hey, here's a $200 toy." I'm like,
Right.
"Here's a $20 toy.
Well,
break it. You can."
It probably would have been a $200 toy if we tried to get it
back in the day.
Back in the day when we were kids. But
anyways, but I got these for her, and she absolutely loves it. And so we've been having lightsaber battles every night, right? And she's really getting into it, and she's going for legs, and
so she's already taking cheap shots.
So then she's taking my legs out, and then once I'm already on my knees, and then she's going for the chest, the head, and I'm
so she's vicious. She's just Anakin.
Yeah, she's almost 4 now, so she's got some good strength, right?
And no.
I just want her to get to the point where if Anakin did try, she would at least stand a
At
chance.
what point are you going to show her the movies?
Yeah.
I feel like she's already on her way.
Episode 3, that's going to be a pretty tough watch someday.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, if you guys haven't, go to the Rag Company Europe's page. They did make a parody of that scene for May 4th,
So
and
funny.
it's so funny, dude.
So funny.
Yeah, they
So
did a
funny.
good job. Oh, man.
All right. Moving along here. Thank you, David, for that little segue.
Joey, so happy our friends. So happy for our friend Levi. It's always nice to gain more friends with employee discounts.
I see how it works, Joey.
Oh,
I
Joey.
see. He says that he's
You
at the
dog.
company everybody wants to get discounts from.
It really is, actually. Chill guys, just laughing.
He's just laughing because he's a chill guy like that.
Dane?
Alex Dewar saying, just want to give a plug to the TRC shipping department. I know they're working their butts off.
They are.
Thank you. That is true. Those guys work exceptionally hard. They do a wonderful job, and they got a great system going now, so they're able to manage things, better than ever. Then we got Gurio Style here. You've been a new viewer here for a little while. Love seeing you in here. And yeah, fan from Japan. I love how he introduces himself that way each time.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
As I pretty much love everything Japan. The cars, the food, the people, the cars. Definitely the cars, the forests, the architecture. I really want to go to Japan. Dane wants to go to Japan too.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
sorry.
I really do.
Yeah, I
really
know.
do.
I know. Anyways, okay, let's get to the actual comment here. Guerrero Style says, hello, I'm a TRC fan from Japan. I use the USS for Rensel's car washes, but if I use a microfiber mitt, is the Cyclone mitt better or is the chenille wash mitt better? So, I would prefer the chenille mitt over the Cyclone, and the reason for that is just the amount of liquid being held. So the Cyclone will generally hold on to a little bit more liquid. I don't think it's a huge deal with rinseless washing. It just means that there's going to be less in your bucket the more often you dunk. I think the chenille is a better rinseless wash media in general because I think the knobs are able to rinse out cleaner. I think that the contours of the knobs are able to get into certain areas better. And yeah, I've used the chenille for years and years and years with the rinseless, and I've never once had an issue with scratching, marring, ever. I mean, it's great. You could use the Cyclone. It's just going to be a heavier media to use.
Yeah.
If I were to use a Cyclone, I'd use the one that Carson's using, which is the 6x8 right there.
Yeah. Take a good look at that guy. That's a good one.
Cool. Next up.
Boom. Hydra Detailing. What's he saying?
Greetings from a Belgium guy currently in Italy on vacation.
Ooh.
But still here for the TRC Live. Pure dedication. So, you know,
Thank
I feel
you,
kind of
my
bad.
friend.
So our friend from Japan, I talked about how much I love Japan, and I said a lot of nice things about Japan. We have a lot of people from other countries, right? Do I need to do that for every country?
I mean, if they announce it.
Have you been to Belgium?
I have been around Europe. I've not been to Belgium.
I've not been to Belgium either. I would like to go eventually as well.
I feel like if I ever end up in Belgium, it'll probably be because we're both there for some reason.
Hydra, where are you in Italy for vacation? Where
Chocolate,
are you
probably.
currently enjoying Italy?
Yeah,
Anyways.
I want to hear about that. Okay. I appreciate the dedication, though, Hydra, for real. Chill Guy Chief saying, I work at a concrete lab, and we use distilled white vinegar to eat away the cement paste. Interesting. I wasn't aware there were concrete labs, but now that I know that's
Chill Guy, are you
cool.
going diluted distilled white vinegar? Because if so, you could use vinegar on your car, 100%. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, people do that as like a homemade water spot remover sometimes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's okay. It's not the best
But
you can do, but it's okay.
But if there's a cement dust, if that's effective against cement, I've never tried vinegar personally on. I mean, I know that if you Google how to remove cement from a car, it'll say try vinegar, right?
Yeah.
But I've never done it myself on a dust. So I wonder if that works well. Next up.
I suspect you've got a good point there.
Neil White says, hey, TRC crew. Hope you all had a great Labor Day. Agree with Anthony on weather temps. Ready for cooler weather. Yep.
Then we've got Hydra again.
Dane, go for it.
I have an EV, and I know, but the most common question I get is, can you pressure wash an EV engine bay? Well, it's not really an engine bay at that point, but anyway, can you use the same alkaline engine cleaning products? Nice to know your insight for the people. So when you're working in, say, like this car, which from the ground up was designed to be an EV, however, GM did use some of their other small car architecture that had ICE, internal combustion engine cars involved in the process, like there are other platforms that shares. They had engine bays. So what they did with this was it has what appears to be an engine bay up front, but when you open it up, as you saw earlier in the episode today, it's just a bunch of wires and like battery terminal looking things, and you got different, fuse boxes, etc. They're meant to be accessible so that you can handle it if you have to. And I believe, much like, with EVs, you still have like a 12-volt battery in there as well to handle some accessories separate from the big battery that everybody thinks of with an EV. So there's different levels to this stuff. But with this particular car, I would say even though it's a full EV, it does share some similarities with like hybrid vehicles where It has a regular hood you can pop. You can look at where an engine would be. And as far as alkaline products going down there, I don't see an issue with that. I just think you need to be very careful about applying high pressure, water to spaces where you could potentially pull off like a weather sealed door. You want to make sure the seals on all of those little hatches and clasps and things are in fact locked down. They're tight. They're good and sealed, because if water gets where it's not supposed to be in something electrical, well, nobody here's trying to take a toaster bath,
Agreed. Next up.
Moving along. Sorry, I could go way down that, but I do think you're okay if you're particular spraying in localized areas.
In response, yes, our local PNS distributor has tons of Legend still in stock. Honestly, being mobile, I prefer Legend over Stout due to it being more hot climate friendly. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. And then we've got Hydra here. Fun fact, anti-static spray on paint, i.e. paint gloss, PNS product, doesn't destroy your battery.
Good.
That's good.
Good to know.
Gabe bringing the dad jokes. Respect. Yeah, Megan, sending love to Gabe. I'll make sure he hears that, because that's all he has, are dad jokes. He had them before he was a father.
We try not to engage with those jokes with him, We don't.
Well,
we want it to end eventually.
I think he might appreciate knowing somebody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're all a little tired of it here, but
it's just, Megan, it's been years.
It's fresh and exciting elsewhere.
It's been years.
You're just like rocking.
We've heard these for years. We're starting to lose it.
Oh, man.
Alex says, construction concrete guys are a different breed. Turn down a mask while Stone Cold Steve Austining two white monsters. Dude, yeah. And that and a can of that and a can of Zins, right? I mean, that's all they need, and they'll survive the apocalypse. Moving on.
That's your average construction vehicle right there. And then we got Stealth GR4.
Just got a shipment of Mesto E-Foamer F2s at my shop here in Detroit. I've never heard of these, so my question is, how do these compare to the IK stuff? The Mesto is good for pH 4 to 7. I have no idea. Never used a Mesto.
I feel like I've heard that
foamer.
name, but I am not personally familiar. Have not used them. Could not say.
Yep, I've never tried them, but they sound interesting.
Stealth, why don't you get some seat time in with them, use them, and report back?
Yeah.
Hydra.
General car talk question. What is your opinion about the new EV tires to generate more energy and braking for battery life? Minimal, but has quite a negative grip on dry/wet and aquaplaning.
Yeah, I mean, tire technology nowadays is so crazy advanced to where we were even just back in the early 2000s and the 90s. I mean, you're getting tires that are capable of doing more and more. Like, in the past, it used to be you had to have a winter tire and you had to have a summer tire if you wanted to get the most out of, performance-wise, out of those respective, conditions. But now they make 4 seasons that kick the butt of either of those old winter or summer tires in all seasons. It is impressive, really, like PS4S, stuff like that. But as far as these new EV tires go, I know when it comes to like low rolling resistance tires, that kind of stuff, they generally rode kind of cruddy. You had a lot of bumps. It transmits a lot through because it's a denser compound, all that stuff. But these newer ones you're saying help with like regen braking and stuff. I'm actually not familiar with that advancement, so I don't know what they changed. But I'm not surprised to hear, based on what you're saying, if it does affect like the aquaplaning problems, stuff like that. So if you could tell me a little bit more about it, I'd be curious to hear more.
Mm-hmm.
Details official. Is someone not bringing in foreign brands properly? Oh, that was a prior conversation.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
But I mean, you can weigh in on that. I don't think it's like not properly. It's just it's not a good way to build a sustainable business. It's mostly like just capturing the attention, get it while it's hot, kind of thing. And then
I think it just depends. Do you want a foreign brand to have a long lifetime here, basically living in the space of North America, or do you want it to be a cash grab for a short period of time, a flash in the pan? I mean, that's I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that there's a lot of different ways to do this, but if you want to do it for longevity, which is what we aim for, it does take a lot longer. There's a lot more pieces of the puzzle that go into it. But yeah, I mean, technically, if the SDS sheets are correct, the labels are like compliant here for U.S. sales. The chemical itself are compliant for U.S. sales, and distribution-wise, there's no issues. Then technically, I mean, that would be a proper way to bring it over. Yeah, it's properly it can exist here.
Yeah, if you mean properly in a legal sense, no, you're fine if you've done your legwork on all those fronts and it's legally made its way over to these shores. Where the issue comes from is more of like a moral ethical question of saying, hey, we've got this stuff, when in reality you've got like 5 bottles, so maybe 5 people buy it. But hey, technically you've got it, and it just becomes that thing where like, okay, somebody can get the videos out there or get the attention out there and just be the first to something, but like not actually have enough to be sustainable. Whereas we might take more time to bring something in, and it might be frustrating waiting, but at the same time, when we do it, we will have plenty to go around, and it'll actually be something that you can reliably come back for. And that's, I mean, that's a difference of approach. So what do you prefer as somebody buying? All right, so we've reached the halfway point in our show. We got plenty more questions and comments to get to, but before we go do that, I want you to treat yourself. Go ahead, grab a little snack. It'll just be a couple minutes here while we get things sorted, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rag Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
We'll take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rag Company here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rag Company, including savings like Detail Factory,
IK
sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
It's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company business program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
And welcome back to the second half of Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company, where I'm your host, Dane Hennon, and to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Dane, thanks for having me. Glad to be back here for the second half.
Yeah, man. And
the fun half.
Way over to my right here in the wash bay, we've got none other than Carson Black. Welcome to the program. You've been detailing and then some on this EV.
Yes, this EV, no ice here today, just an EV.
Yep. So that's kind of been the topic of discussion I decided to put together as today's theme was, okay, cleaning an EV versus an internal combustion car. Are there different approaches? Should we be cleaning them differently? I mean, if you ask me, a lot of times when you see somebody throw a question up in a title, the answer is almost always no. But in this case, I would say treat it like a car, any other car, until you pop the hood.
Yeah.
Then things get a little different. But it's up to you. Anyway, we've been discussing that as we go along. Anthony, you feel like you've got anything here to share before we go on into the comments again?
No, glad to be back here for the second half. Speaking of, look at this. Look who's calling me right now.
Oh, look at that.
Mr. Levi, hold on. One sec.
What?
Levi Gates, you are currently on the Rag Company Q&A Thursday right now.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Watching the show. Hanging out here in the MOH SHQ Rocky Mountain Edition.
Ooh.
Coming to you from the elevation 5,800 feet here off of Lisbon Way. Had a great lunch yesterday with Tony Mazzell. We went and had some burgers over at the Good Times. And, just spending the day as the new Director of North America for Liquid Elements.
Congratulations to Levi Gates, the Master of Shine. We actually did a shout out to you just a little bit ago here, and shouted you out.
To call in.
No, and so everybody is super proud of you, and we're super excited to see what you bring to the Liquid Elements game.
Well, Brian and I are very excited. We can't wait to get started. We've got some products available now, but we do have a container on the water that is set to arrive here in the next, probably 5 weeks.
Can't wait.
To 5 weeks. So we're really excited to get this party started and start letting people know what Liquid Elements is all about.
Nice. So where could people find out more, Levi, if just out of curiosity?
Great point. We just got our .com today.
Did you? Okay. So what is it?
-elements.com. Don't worry, guys. It's not built yet, but
it's on its way.
It's on its way, but as of right now, you're more than, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can message me or Brian. We've also I just started the Liquid Elements USA Instagram page
Very
this
nice.
morning.
Very
So
nice.
you can check that out, and you can always get a hold of Brian and I at contact@liquid-elements.com for more information. But yeah, we've had some great meetings this week, and got a couple more for tomorrow. And yeah, it's been really nice.
Wonderful.
All right.
Well, everybody here on the Q&A is proud of you. Carson's proud of you over there washing a car. Dane's proud of you. I'm proud of you, and we're excited to see what happens. But we'll have to catch up later because we have to answer more questions,
We
Levi.
got a show to do.
Well, I'll be right in the chat.
Okay.
Turn along.
Get down
All
in there.
right. We'll
guys.
see you in there. Levi Gates, Master of Shine, everybody. Love the guy. Miss him every single day, and so glad to see him jumping in. All right,
that.
so jumping into this, right? Michael D. Blau. Evening, peeps. I hope everyone is doing well. Just finished washing the car. Always great when it's all clean and shiny. Parked back in the garage. Tired, but so satisfying. I just had it on the break here. I was actually going to say, I've been really enjoying those built puff bars that I got from Costco. It's like protein bars, right?
Yeah.
If you like chocolate-covered marshmallows, right? These are like protein bars that taste like chocolate-covered marshmallows. They're like weirdly fluffy and chewy. Best thing I've ever found. As a guy who loves gummy candy and the texture of gummy anything, these are like, I bought 4 boxes from Costco. The best thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
No,
I
they're
don't
great.
know.
I love them.
If you're looking up your protein game, check out the Built Puff Bars. They're really,
You can do
really
a lot
good.
worse than that for sure.
Next up.
Then we got Stillies. Ooh, smells took a turn for the worse in this room. Okay, Stilly, Carson, doing the golf clap or the wrist clap, as it were.
Yeah. What are we laying? Are we laying down some iron remover from Armor?
Some Armor Detail Supply, iron remover. This car was bad.
Smelled a little coconutty.
It actually, now that you mention it, that's what that
Yeah.
is. I was trying to pick it up. Yeah,
It's better than regular iron remover. So
Yeah. No, very good.
the smell, at least. Yeah.
It's like a milder iron remover plus coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
So
All
if you know
right.
what that smells like.
Next up here.
Yes. Okay, so next up we got DIY with Kane. Truly appreciate the detailed response on built hamper. I can't imagine the effort it takes to do it right. Rooting for you.
Thank you. We're trying, man.
Thank you, dude. We do appreciate it. And it is a full-on team effort. It's not just us, obviously. There are a ton of people back here who work hard to make sure the stuff gets done correctly. Then we've got Aaron Bauer here. Which brand of tears do you have trouble with? Oh, and then a bunch of people filled in the blank of what they thought it was, and I'm guessing they were mostly accurate there.
Probably.
And then totally coincidentally, just Neil White says, I miss Willows. Yeah.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
Me too. That was a good brand.
Yeah.
I love those products. I still have
Quick
them.
Detailer was,
Still have them. Still use them.
It's kind of your baby.
Bottle of waterless wash.
I do. I need to bring it in. You guys know that I bought like a case of waterless wash, right?
Yeah.
I tried to buy a case of the Quick Detailer, but everybody beat me to it, right?
It's because the Quick Detailer, you helped make
Goated.
it like the best Quick Detailer of all time.
Stuff was goated. I love that stuff. Waterless
Amazing.
wash is also really good, but yeah, I still use it, man. I still have, I don't know how many bottles left, but I do need to bring Carson a bottle because it's good.
Yeah.
Michael DeBlau says, last steps, sealant, glass, tire shine are done inside the garage and cleaning all the tools and storing all. Very nice. He's got a process.
Paul Woodcock here. He's been on a few of the recent Q&As.
Good luck with Built Hamper. Their stuff is just astonishing, but they are also fanatical about quality. That last sentence there. Quality and the brand reputation and presentation.
Yes.
And I mean, ultimately, preservation, right? So actually, I'd say they're fanatical about quality and preservation. That's probably the two biggest things that we find coming from Built Hamburg. UK market isn't as big as US, so Built Hamburg will grow as demand grows. That's true. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
All right. Then we've got Type 1 mobile detailing here. There are excuses, and then there are talking. I'm a person who likes to see actions. Actions speak loudest than words. I love seeing new products coming in, no matter how it gets here. So Type 1, definitely with an alternative opinion on how this stuff works. And you know what? If you're just excited to see stuff and you don't mind not actually being able to get it, then yeah, no, that's totally fine. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
Totally entitled to your opinion.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I don't really know what else to say there, to be honest.
I clearly see where it's coming from.
Is action, I mean, actions speak louder than... I'm trying to think of how that... how to I don't want to...
You're like,
how do I do this in a nice way? I don't know how to do this in a nice way.
You know what your mother always said.
Actions speak louder than words, right? So sometimes you should think before you do, right? I think that's a pretty... You should think before you do, right? It's like doing something before you think. And
those are still actions.
In the case of business, right? You do an action before you think about it, right?
Then you have
sometimes
to react.
Sometimes it shoots you in the foot, right? And then you do have to react, to Dane's point. So no matter how it gets here, right? Well, you want it to get here properly so it sticks around, right? If you just want to be a consumer and you just want to consume, that's okay. Then you can consume in a lot of different ways, right? Honestly, you can consume in ways that don't have to rely on somebody else to get product here, right? But I think that what it
you
is
can buy stuff directly from overseas sometimes.
People want to consume, but people also want convenience, and that's the biggest thing, right? Is how do you make it convenient for people to consume? And somebody has to essentially jump in front of that bus, right? And we just want to make sure if we are going to make it convenient to consume, that we are doing it in the best way possible and the smartest way possible, so there's no bridges burned, right? Because people don't realize, bridges get burned all the time, and for those people that jump in front of a bus to be able to take that hit, they're putting themselves out there, but sometimes they don't care how they put themselves out there. They don't care how it happens. They just want it to happen. And there needs to be some thought that goes into it.
Yeah,
but
I imagine if you're like a smaller brand going out, you're just excited to get your name out there. I don't blame you if you're in that position. But if you're like a larger brand and you have like a reputation, you're kind of concerned about how you're perceived and all that stuff, moving a little slower isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Listen, I love living my life a quarter mile at a time, as my friend Dom says, right? I love that. I love living my life a quarter mile at a time, but I know when it comes to business, when it comes to my career, people's jobs here, right? We have to be thinking about everybody when making big decisions, and we want to do it to benefit, you guys first and foremost, but secondly, we want to make sure that we'll have jobs at the end of the day. Yeah. So, Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. The fictional character is my friend.
Okay.
However,
You and Vin don't get along.
I don't think that Vin Diesel knows who I am.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Like I said, you don't get along.
I sent a lot of letters, and I think I started freaking him out after a while. Love your movies, man.
Make them real uncomfortable.
I'll be your family.
Nope.
Details official says, I think we're all picking up what Anthony is putting down. I don't know what I was putting down. Maybe I was putting something down. Maybe I was putting it up. I'm not sure.
All right. And then we have a whole bunch of back and forth and people saying hello to each other. And then Type 1 also follows up. I don't think companies need to battle with one another. There's billions of people, meaning billions of cars, and they all need washing. Let's all just get along. Now, Type 1, I absolutely agree with we're all here to make cars clean.
Yeah.
As far as battling goes, competition is a healthy thing. I don't think that's bad at all. Now, where I do draw the line sometimes is ethics and consideration of like just treating people with a level of respect and understanding. And if somebody's trying to cut corners, go for the quick thing, that's where I kind of concern myself with how things are handled. So, yeah, no, I don't feel bad calling stuff out if I see, something that just looks like it's going to leave people high and dry. I don't think that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Juice free. No, we got a bunch of guesses as to what your middle name is, and a whole lot of people trying to figure it out.
Anthony Rex
David thinks
Fisher.
it's Rex.
That's
Megan
fun.
just says, "What is Anthony's middle name?" All caps.
Megan.
Hans just
silly
screaming
goose.
Abend.
It's not Abend. That's funny, though. Anthony Abend Fisher.
And Brent, Anthony's middle name is Anthony because all day is his first name.
That's really funny.
Anthony Gunther Fisher is what Joey said. Juice says Eco Blowers and Gion Wetcoat. Give me the. I don't know what he's on about now.
I love ego blowers.
Yeah, what?
I'm an ego blower guy. I know I still towels, so hope that helps. Apply your sealant to the microfiber cloth like God intended.
Says
You
juice
can,
free.
you
Okay.
can also do that.
Joey says Gunther. Okay, so we're moving along here, and okay, I don't even know what half these comments are. I'm just making my way. Ron, yes, okay. Say, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, sir.
Ron, what's going on, my friend?
To have you here.
How
and
are you?
Stillies clarifies that he meant hood as a neighborhood.
Oh no, Stillies, I know that.
He knew.
I know.
He knew
I
right
know.
away.
I just thought it just. We
'Cause
we
you
can
remember
joke.
he's from
No,
Modesto.
we're from Modesto, so we can joke around that.
Real quick, Nick,
Yeah.
can you turn my mic on and listen to this? This
Your mic is
contamination?
on now.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is
sound a little gritty.
Contaminated.
Sound a little gritty there, Carson.
that's real.
You know what they
contaminated.
say?
So what are you using? What are you using to remove that grit?
Using the Ultra Clay Scrubber. This one's actually the Coach Chemi version.
Coach
So-
Chemi
Nice.
Edition Ultra Clay Scrubber. And what's cool about that one? What do you like about it?
This one is gray, so just a little bit cooler color. I
Gray
don't know.
and what else? And
The Ultra Clay Scrubber. I don't know.
it's gray and black.
Yeah. Well, that was a given for the
Now-
clay.
No, not everybody knows. They assume it might be all gray because the blue one, our blue one's pretty much all blue, right? You know,
Oh, sure.
different
Yeah,
tones of blue.
I guess you'll give it that. Yeah.
But more importantly, for the folks at home watching, what are you using as your lubricant while you do this?
Yes, I'm using just actually GFX. Had a little bit left in the
okay.
cabinet.
So
Okay.
it smells like Christmas over there.
Christmas, coconut, iron remover, whatever you want.
You've got a crazy combination of scents happening over there right now.
know.
Juice says he definitely doesn't want us to be friends. Okay. Tamara, I love you too, Anthony.
Thanks,
See, you get love.
Tamara. Thank you.
You get
I
love
was-
when you beg for it.
I know. I feel sick that I had to fish for that.
Yeah. Oh, Fisher had to fish.
No,
Stillies,
no.
thanks guys for turning me on to the WD detailing channel. Super cool, fun material.
They're
to
great
watch.
guys, man.
Yes.
They're awesome.
No,
Super cool.
They do awesome work, and the cars they get are truly
and,
gnarly.
and straight up, man,
sometimes.
RJ is super passionate about what they
Oh,
do, and
the stories they get out of these are amazing.
It is not. This is not a just to make money kind of deal thing for them. I mean,
there's other channels for that.
They are very much like they love this stuff. They love seeing people's reaction, and he loves cars with stories, and he loves. You can tell he's definitely he wants to. He wants to I don't know. He wants to invoke memories and bring back emotion out of owners of these cars and whatnot. And that's that's what brings him happiness. And it's super cool to see that. And I saw that off camera with how he told a lot of these stories, which is cool. Next up.
Then we've got Type 1 Mobile Detailing saying he's not a big fan of OPT, but he loves Koch.
Really? Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Okay. I appreciate getting a better sense of what it is that you like, don't like. So you're walking us through it. Thank you, Type 1. Then we get Alex over here. Anthony, no frickin' way Fisher. Nope. You want to tell people what it is just so they stop guessing, or are we just
I
going to
like
let them
this.
guess
This
forever?
is fun. Anthony is for sure on my Mount Rushmore of TRC personalities. Oh, thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
If you weren't, I would be concerned.
How many people are on Mount Rushmore?
I mean, you have four faces, generally
It's really
speaking.
not that many.
It's not a lot.
If I'm not on there, then crap.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if he's not up there, who are you putting in his place?
Yeah, dang it.
Now, Alex or Joey might try and brown nose a little and say my parents or something. But,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. But I would put Bevendale on.
I would
They're the
pay.
originators
I
of the
would
whole
pay
thing.
good money to have a sculpture artist literally sculpt a rock of your dad and your mother.
No, but
as-
with the iPad badge. Like, it would look cool. He would look like Solid Snake.
Yeah. In stone. And then Stonehennon also on that, right?
The campus.
It's literally stone.
It's just, it's literally, well, it'd be hilarious if it was like me, you, and your parents, and then Corey's like, what the heck? And we're like, sorry, Corey, you got the axe for this particular commissioned portrait drawing thing.
Oh, man. I'm sure Levi's going to comment like, hey, what am I, chopped liver?
That's true. Levi could still be on that Mount Rushmore.
I think our audience would definitely want him on
Frank
there.
Kruger says, how do I deal with insect/bee droppings in my car? It's waxy when fresh, but if left for a couple days, it's super hard and has almost to be scraped off. Any particular cleaner method that is best? So it's normal, dude. I mean, really, they come around a few times a year. I usually just do a quick little spritz of rinseless or waterless on that. I let it just kind of dwell for a couple seconds. Take my fingernail, pick it, grab a towel, blot dry the residual liquid, and move on.
Carson, if you want to use a stool, you're more than welcome to grab the low boy.
I am good. Yeah, I'm in the zone.
All right. Just saying. I don't want people thinking we don't offer them those luxuries.
Even with using Built Hammer Touchless pre-wash and a synthetic clay, I still had spots of it stuck on. It's pretty normal, man. I mean, for some of those spots, I know exactly what you're talking about. I use my nail. I try to remove them when I see them. They won't always come off in a wash. That's why you just kind of, I literally am already doing like my reaction, which is like lick my thumb and then like kind of pick it off a little bit.
Check.
You just need to get it to move, because what happens is like those little drops, they will move, right? They're like a moving dot. So like you'll scrape it and the dot will just move to another location
just migrating.
and then just like set there, right?
Yeah.
So you got to kind of pick it, get it loose, and then get a towel and try to kind of, wipe it off.
I get it. All right. Next up, we got Joey here saying Darth Maul's lightsaber greater than all the others.
Pretty sick.
It's pretty sick. Neil White, Anthony, the toys I had as a kid are worth way more than what's out there now. And you know what, Neil? If the trend continues, they'll continue to be worth a decent amount until the people who cherish them the most eventually, fade away into the ether of time.
What's that mean?
And
what do you mean fade
I'm putting
away?
a nice little spin on it.
Okay.
And then as today's children become the adults of tomorrow, they will then value their toys they had in their youth, and those will be valuable because of nostalgia. That's generally how it works. That's also why some of the, let's just say the cars at auctions that appeal to an older demographic are actually seeing some of the prices fall a little bit now. Now it's the 80s and 90s stuff that's really getting the attention.
So are you saying that once...
I'm not saying anything.
Are
I'm
you
not
saying that once these people become Force ghosts,
yes,
right?
Yes, actually, that is what I'm saying.
Once these people become Force ghosts, their toys won't be really worth a whole lot anymore.
They're worth a lot, whatever someone's willing to pay, and the people willing to pay the most are the ones most nostalgic, and when the nostalgia runs out because the people run out, well, then you move on to the next newest thing and the people who can afford to do that.
Two things.
And it just continues.
Two things that I'll bring up really quick, right? I had, remember from that movie Jingle All the Way? Remember the Turbo Man doll?
The entire movie about chasing for a toy.
Do you remember the Turbo Man doll?
Of course.
So I had the Turbo Man doll, right? I still have them.
Yeah.
And I had it as a kid.
Red and
I
yellow.
thought it was the coolest thing ever, right?
Yeah. That
I
hazy visor.
always thought, man, this toy's gonna be worth a lot someday if I keep it right.
I mean,
it isn't worth freaking crap. You can get the Turbo Man doll in the original packaging for $20 off of eBay. And
wow, they made way too many of those.
I'm like, why have I even kept this stupid thing, right? So that's one thing. The other thing I will bring up, and this is kind of not related to toys, kind of.
I mean, I've got some rare video games that I've just held on to over the years.
So I'm just throwing this out there. I've been talking to Dane about this. We actually talked about it yesterday, and I think we want to make it a reality. Dane and I would like to go to the San Diego Comic-Con next summer.
That'd be pretty cool.
We would like to do that.
We got to enter the lottery system.
But apparently there's a lottery system for being able to get in. If
what
anybody,
happens if only one of us gets in?
Well, listen, here's what I'm hoping. I'm putting this out into the ether, right? If somebody knows of somebody who can get early access or knows of anything of how we can get tickets to go, that'd be really helpful. That'd be really fun. And we would share detailing tips along the way as we're walking.
Does it work like SEMA, where you can like work for a company for like a week?
I don't know, but like I know that it just happened like a few weeks or a month ago, right? And I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. I'd like to go someday. And I'm like, I keep saying that every year. I'm like, I should just do this while we're young. I think Dane would be hilarious to go with, and we would walk through the halls.
Something would happen that would just make Anthony laugh.
I need a lifelong memory with Dane at a Comic-Con. So needless to say, I think we're gonna try to put in to get tickets to go next year. If anybody else wants to tag along, let us know.
We got a lot of good comments coming up later, so I want to make sure we get to those. I'm 5 pages behind. I'll do my best. Neil White saying Count Dooku's lightsaber was pretty cool. Huh, funny. I don't remember that character. Perhaps Dooku. Joey Belinsky, laughing at Neil. No, I get it. Get her the Lego Star Wars game.
Megan,
Anthony,
I did download it.
Lego
I am overwhelmed with how big that game
funny.
is.
They're actually funny.
I got it, and
Batman,
it's really cool.
Indiana Jones, Star Wars, they're all really fun. I
started episode 1. I was like, oh, wow, this is a big undertaking. This is not a small game. It is really cool, Megan. I dig it. Yeah.
No, it's cool. Juice Free here saying, hey, oh, no. House of Cards said you guys are a bunch of stinky poo faces. You should really drop your price on the microfiber towels to get back at them.
Did they say that?
I'll be real.
Next
have
up.
not watched, so I can't say for sure whether that's true or not. But I doubt it. I kind of doubt it. Oh no. Well, that's not happening either.
Yep.
So
moving on. JB says, "Let's go." Your daughter is stone cold. I know, dude. She goes for the kill every single time, right? And but I'm super proud. I want her to be a very strong and independent woman someday. So
good call. Shout out. Well, I won't say her name for her own protection, but
well, thanks for making it weird, Dane. God, why? So do you have internal thoughts sometimes that should stay inside? Yeah, but what? So what is that? How does that thought process work?
It's called being on the spectrum, man.
Yeah. Paul Woodcock says, used to live in Japan. I challenge you to fully detail a decatora. Okay.
Oh, man, I am a nerd because I know what that is. All right. Moving along. Ronnie Yacht. My nephew has the original Star Wars, almost said Rigatoni, Star Wars action figures in the original packaging.
That's cool.
That's pretty dope.
Sweet.
Neil wondering if Juice is trying to start a fight. Then Ron saying, yeah, I made the mistake of using my 80s on the old Star Wars toys back in the 80s.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Ooh, M80s. Oh, so he blew them up.
Neil likes to party.
Oh, no. Wow. And then Neil concerned that Lenny's going to show up in 3, 2, 1. Then we've got... there we go. Ron says when he bought them, he bought 2 of each. One to play with and the other to preserve.
That's my kind of person, Ron.
That's
I like that.
That's a very Fisher way of going about it.
I wish that there was toys nowadays that I could do that with, like action figures. That would be like a really cool thing. Now, but nobody gives a crap about action figures. All people care about are Pokemon toys or Pokemon cards and... What else, Carson?
Well, can we talk about the phenomenon of Labubu's?
Yeah, I feel like that just sort of started happening like a month or two ago, and then they just heard them everywhere.
Those little monsters, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I know what they look like, but why?
People are like, they're like little blind box things.
Yeah.
But they're paying like upwards of $250 for a box.
There's absolutely no reason to do that.
Of one in there.
It's just Beanie Babies effect almost.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies were crazy.
Yeah, no, those were nuts.
Yeah, and all those worth nothing nowadays.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, it's just sad if you see a marketplace listing on them.
If
you're like,
only I would have known about Pokemon cards, though. Crap.
Don't intentionally try and create an investment portfolio out of toys that you love. Just enjoy the toys that you love. Maybe have a spare one if you think it's pretty cool and you're afraid you might break it and you need to have a spare. And then maybe 40 years from now, you ended up never opening it and you realize, oh, it's still in the box. And now it's worth something. That's a happy accident. But when you intentionally do it, not as cool.
True. Next up.
All right. Neil White. I have opinions.
I have the G.I. Joe USS Flag. Never took it out of the box. And was worth a ton of money. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Next up.
Hey, gang, says Master of Shine.
Levi Gates, Master of Shine in the house.
Levi there.
The one, the only.
And Hydra saying that in Italy, he's in Tuscany.
Oh, wow.
20 minutes away from Florence. Where's the machine? Buying my wine storage for 2026 and making memories and adventures. The dust and lime scale are insane here. Also, small roads that go very high up or low.
Very cool. Well,
That's an
I hope
adventure.
you get some good wine. I'm imagining you will, right? Ideally, a wheel of cheese to go with that, and some prosciutto, and send some my way, Hydra.
Oh, yeah, Anthony would be all
I
over
love
that.
prosciutto and fine cheeses, meats and cheeses.
Then Neil going back on the toy talk, saying the holy grail of toys for me is a 1979 Kenner Alien toy that was pulled from the shelf for scaring kids.
That's
I love
hilarious.
that. Awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
And Hydra says, I meant EVs and hybrids. Sorry, my bad. No, you're good. More toy talk and a bunch of back and forth. Okay, let's go to another page. So much action figure talk. Here's a relevant question to the question I asked today. Carlos Colley says, where will detailing need to adapt most as EVs grow? I want to hear Carson's opinion on this since he's been detailing an EV today.
I think that detailing is going nowhere. I mean, they're still going to be, whether they're electric or they're not electric, still going to need a clean car. More scared for like the maintenance industry, if you will.
Well, you used to work at a dealership,
I did.
so you know what that side of
Yeah.
things looks like.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're going to need their basic tires, fluids, that kind of stuff. But I think more things are more changing to be like a parts changer and potentially an electrician at the end of the day, rather than a true mechanic that needs to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's almost like software engineers are going to have more jobs for that kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no, as far as detailing goes, though, it's still going to more or less be you're washing an exterior of a vehicle. It's not going to be too different. I mean, you got a charge port instead of a gas door, but
Like the Cybertruck thing where they're trying to change different materials on the outside of cars,
Sure.
it's not going to work. So, sticking with metal and paint, it's going to be just fine.
yeah, it turns out the way we've done things for quite a long while kind of worked pretty well. But, you know, I'm open to change when and wherever it happens to happen if it's something that actually is an improvement, not just, novelty for the sake of novelty that backfires or goes nowhere.
Absolutely.
All right, and then I've got Compe.io saying, or Compe IP. Hello, everyone from Mexico. Thank you, sir.
What's going
or
on?
Madam. Happy to have you here. Bo James.
Shout out from Brooklyn, New York. What would you use the edgeless pearl towel for after using them to level ceramic coatings? Really anything, man. I mean, you can if you're demoting them in your process, right, and they're still absorbent. Let's just say if you've managed to save them by soaking them in an APC or whatever after the coating job, you can use them for wheels. You can use them for metal polishing, interiors, carpets, engine bays, so many different things. Yep. If you choose not to put them back on paint, there's a lot of other different surfaces you can use them on.
Right. I got Hydra here saying about those tires. Some EVs and hybrids have a speed bar that can go in the negative while braking, which generates some energy, electricity / battery juice, like the Ford Kuga, for example. I myself owned a Ford C-Max Energy, and there was actually different levels of regen you could do. I could hit a button that would increase the regen going like down hills and stuff. I could recharge the full battery on one of the bigger hills over here on the mountain. But yeah, no, I'm definitely familiar with that. It's just as far as the tire goes, I was wondering, like, is there something different about the compound they're using beyond just the low rolling resistance kinds that you see a lot of EV tires going towards?
In my experience at the dealership, I worked at a Honda delership, so we really just had
you had
hybrids.
a lot of hybrids.
Personally, one of my favorite hybrids ever is still the newer Honda Accord, because it's just extremely efficient, extremely, gas. The gas mileage is great on it, but the biggest thing we saw was just tires, blowing through factory tires.
Just the tread wear was terrible.
You're getting maybe 20 to 25,000 miles off tires.
Interesting. So they actually were like the opposite of low rolling resistance, because those ones are usually really hard.
Yeah.
So these ones were softer if they're wearing away that quick.
I left right when they were doing the Prologue, when the Prologue was coming out.
Right, yeah. Which underneath is actually a GM product,
yeah,
essentially.
it is. But just the couple people that had them, I mean, even at 15,000 miles they were going through tires, and we're after warranty tires. So that's one
they
thing
haven't
to be
even been out
careful.
that long. I mean, geez. Okay, interesting. Well, there you go. And Megan here wondering, what's your favorite degreaser? I'm going to throw that over to Carson here again. Degreasing wise, what interests you?
I've been really liking Clean by Armor Detail Supply. And then for like cost effectiveness, I'm going to go kind of a deep pull EnviroClean by P&S.
Okay. No, good call. What about you?
Is it your favorite APC? Is kind of your favorite APC / degreaser? That's your favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I use all the different products that we have here. I would say if I'm going to reach for something, like if I'm actually like doing some like degreasing, I'm usually going to reach for like Optimum Power Clean or Green Star from Coach Chemi. Multi-Stars also works really well, but Power Clean has been a pretty good staple for me. I mean, really dirty engine bays, Power Clean, like that, it does it. Yeah. Next up.
And I'll just add one more comment in regards to like how we approach EVs and stuff. One that came to mind actually was, as newer cars keep advancing, more tech gets packed into them, all this stuff, you're ending up with more and more really like delicate sensors and things like that find their way onto different body panels. It's all stuff you got to be mindful of, including more cameras on these cars nowadays. Not necessarily with this one, because this is like a more on the affordable end of the spectrum, but some of these more expensive ones get really advanced with what they do. And like a lot of the Teslas have cameras all over them, but it's just something where when you're cleaning a car, you're not usually thinking, oh, I need to make sure I didn't scratch that lens or, things like that. And now suddenly you're having to consider those things if you are a particular detailer, or maybe you're just somebody who's just like, broad brush, clean it, move on. Then we got a bunch of love for Levi here from Stillies and Juice saying, Levi, come back. Sydney has like 7 jobs. Come on, Levi. And then we have Ron saying, I have a Liquid Elements polisher and I love it.
Nice, Ron.
That's
good.
Nice. And that's page 3, so that brings us to page 2. We got more here. Fine detailing. Late, but that's okay. He says, hi, team. Sorry about the lateness. And then people are excited to see him. Brent here. Happy to hear from Levi. And then Joey. What's he saying?
I lived on those protein bars during Monterey week. So good. I know, dude. I'm telling you, the Built Puff bars. Amazing.
No, they're awesome. They're
good.
Like candy.
They are like candy. 17 grams of protein. They're great. I would love to see a long video about how to use tips and tricks for the Optimum product line regards to Mexico. Cool. Good idea. Yeah, we can figure out something in the future.
If you haven't already, make sure after this you go and check out the Q&A we did with Jason from Optimum a few weeks back. It's in the live queue on the Rag Company channel here. It's really good. He did a lot of stuff with that Toyota FJ. Then we go Ron with, I still have a couple of bottles from WoWo, the interior finisher. That was a great product.
That stuff smells amazing.
And Master Shine Levi weighing in with the miss you guys. Thanks for the love.
Of course.
More love there. And then we've got Hydra talking about iron remover. What's he saying?
Talking about iron remover, normally iron remover isn't needed every time on EVs or hybrids, but I notice weekly, bi-weekly, it does. It always turns out deep purple at the front. That braking system is brutal.
Now that's a factor. Then we got Ron here with some helpful advice. Be nice to the people you meet on the way up. You may encounter them on the way back down.
True.
Always good to be mindful of that. And it's a two-way street. It goes both ways. All right, next up we've got Hussein. I'm not going to say Alaskan, even though my brain somehow autocorrected Alaskan. Greetings from Turkey. Do you know if Rupes has released an update or second generation to fix the vacuum plate issues on the Mark V and cordless HLR polishers? Do you know about that one?
Do you know if Rupes released an update or second generation to fix the vacuum plate issues? So as far as I know, I think they've been addressed. To the best of my knowledge, I know it was a little bit of an issue for a while.
Your mic's over here.
Yeah, I don't feel 100% confident in giving like an answer. I would say to reach out to Rupes in Italy, and especially if you're from Turkey, and see if that issue's been addressed. but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because all of our Rupes knowledge tends to come from the U.S. branch, over here in Colorado.
Well, I think it did affect everything to a certain degree.
But I mean, like, updates can differ in a global market. Italy handles stuff differently. They don't go through USA to go.
I don't know if
Turkey,
US already, because basically everything, most of these polishers that are being assembled, manufactured in the US, right? So, for example, we have a US production facility here in Colorado for Rupes, and they're making all these polishers in-house and assembling them. With that said, they're using all the same parts. I just don't know if that part issue had been addressed at that time, while these were starting to be produced here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mostly meant from a communication front, not so much the actual building of them. But Hanzo here.
Just wanted to say hi and wish the TRC crew a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Hanzo. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. That goes for you too, Carson. And then we've got Jeff C. here with I got one of 300 bottle shipment, very much hyped soap alternative. It's fine, ? But when used side by side with an established product, I see no reason to switch, and there are some reasons not to. So it's a 1 of 300 bottle shipment. Okay, so what you're saying is there were 300 total bottles made. You didn't order 300 bottles, but you got one of them out of the total 300 that were made, I guess, and it's a soap alternative. And you're saying it's not
sure what it is.
The most exciting. Okay, interesting. And then he follows out, chasing new products as an enthusiast can be fun, but that can run its course too. If I were running a business, it would be very hard to build a process based on products that aren't in stock. Now, that is very true, Jeff, and that's okay. Not everybody necessarily...
I like that first sentence, though. Chasing new products as an enthusiast can be fun, but that can run its course, too. It can.
Like anything, you do too much of something, you get tired of it.
Well, new enthusiast, I mean, it's kind of like, you know what it is?
But it could be literally anything.
It's like when a song comes out, and you go, I love this song, right? And you just go, and you have it on repeat, and you just play it until you hate that song, right?
I think I listened to Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon at least 1,000 times on my work desktop now for some reason. I don't know why. It's just, for some reason, it got stuck in my head.
So sometimes you just overplay and overdo it, right? Or you overindulge into something, and it kind of just runs its course, and you kind of just go, that was really fun. You'll spend a lot of money doing it. And I don't want to discourage people from trying new stuff. I mean, we love trying new products. I think it's so much fun. But even at a certain point, we have to, even us working here, right, at our own personal garages, we have to establish, all right, what are we actually using at our house, right? It's fun to try stuff, but what are we actually going to be putting to the test, putting to use every single day at home, here in the shop and whatever. And so, I agree with what he's saying. But
no, Jeff has a really good head on his shoulders. He usually has a really good perspective on these things. So I always value his opinion. Then we got Juice Free. Jeff C., I know some retail consumers do have fun washing their cars, but I think ultimately the consumer wants the same thing as the pro to wash the car at the highest quality possible for the lowest price, I'm guessing. It's funny, Juice. We actually had a conversation with Dan yesterday about people who maybe have like a very obsessed or, very intense way of looking at detailing. Like that's what led them to get into it in the first place. And then they want to do the pro thing. But when you actually see the pro thing applied in real life, it's not quite what you picture. It's a little different.
Yeah, well, that's a
long conversation.
That's a bucket of beans that I don't think we need to spill now.
That's a fun one, but a long conversation. We'll get into that sometime. Maybe we need to just have a whole podcast about that. I don't know, something. But anyway, interesting thoughts all around. Then we got Flack Pyro here. Howdy, fellas, or hello, fellas. Dane, ever thought about making a return to Twitch? Flack, I have thought about it.
People want the return.
I finally got access to my downstairs TV again.
Yeah.
Now that Corey's stuff is moved out, I actually have my stuff down there. I was able to plug it all in last night, and I watched some shows on my Xbox, and I'm like, oh, I have an Xbox again. That's nice. So I might get my Gamer Pass again. We'll see. Juice says the consumer wants to do it like the pros. Well, there are limits to that, and that was part of a very deep conversation that we do not have time for today. But the actual professional way of doing things versus the perceived professional way of doing things can differ a bit.
Here, I'll just say, I'm gonna do one.
I know, you're like, all right, we're hitting a late out there.
The customer, or the consumer, right, I should say, the consumer, the enthusiast, wants the validation of the pros. They want to know that what they are buying is pro approved and pro used.
Because, I mean, that's the best thing. The pros use
it. And
Not
this is for everyday consumers. They want the validation of the pros. Yeah. This is what they think they want and what they think they know. But if you know anything about true detailing, then you'll know that the pros out there that have been doing this for 20-something, 30-something years aren't using anything that you currently are seeing usually as a consumer. Most of the stuff they're using is stuff that is being bought off of a truck. The truck usually has a stock of items that are being blended by major manufacturers of detailing that are not going to be your top level brands that you think of in the first place, right?
They're going to be things that people watching YouTube videos might even scoff at on the regular. And that's the part we're trying to convey here.
But with that said, though, what you're looking for is most people, they're looking for the most premium products, right, at a relatively good price that pros, again, approve of or would validate as saying these are really good products. But if you're doing detailing for a business, really you're looking for the highest margin in any product that you continue to use. Now, there's different levels of detailing. There's pro detailers out there who are niche detailers who specialize in high-end detailing, right? That's what
concourse detailers, that kind of stuff.
That's what consumers see.
They think that's all pro detailers. And
consumers see Larry's of the world and they go, "That's a pro detailer," right?
That's a
different. That's a niche.
Thing.
That's a niche detailer. Yes, it's a guy who's very good. But it's a niche
Larry's
detailer.
Fantastic.
A pro detailer, for the most part, would sometimes be considered anybody who's done this as a full-time job for a number of years, right? Let's take Levi Gates, for example. The man, the myth, the legend, the master of shine.
In the chat right now.
He would agree with what I'm saying right now because this is how it works. But what most consumers are looking for is validation. That's what they want. They want to know that what they're using on their cars is the best of the best. But what we can tell you here at the Rag Company is that the things that we sell to you to use your cars on have so much like scrutiny. I mean, in the whole process of finding out what truly is the best, that we feel confident by saying that, hey, these are going to be some of the best for our customers and for you consumers and for pro detailers out there. But really, people who are doing this as a business usually are going to look for the best bang for the buck, to do the job for the lowest price, to be able to take home the most cash at the end of the day, because this is their job.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing to feed their family.
And here's the big but.
Sorry, I'm trying not to.
No. You're totally good. But I'm throwing in, here's the big but of it all. When it comes to what people perceive as like, oh, I want the profession, I want the best thing. It's like, well, those aren't necessarily the same. It's best for the situation. What I would use if I was running a shop versus what I would use on my own vehicles at home with my own time to spare and no consideration of like dollars and cents applied to how much time is spent. I'm using the products we carry here long before I use the stuff that like a pro detailer is usually using in their shop for, the various cars from like a dealer lots and things going through, because they're just trying to get the job done. They want to, make the most of the end of the day and go back. But if you're an enthusiast and you care about this stuff in the way that I imagine many, many, many of you do here, it's a little bit different. There's a different psychology to it. But I think people have a misunderstanding of what professional actually is.
I will say the one area where this would change and this would differ would probably be in the coating realm of things, right? So when you talk about actual ceramic coatings, generally speaking, a ceramic coating is something you would want to buy from, a brand, a reputable brand that, has backing, that has, third-party testing and all this, and has honestly good consumer feedback, right? Because really, once a coating is installed, the only feedback that you're really getting is going to be generally from the consumers, unless that professional is maintaining that coating. Then you're going to have the feedback from the pro as well. But for the most part, outside of that, when it comes to maintenance products, interior, exterior, wheel cleaning, tire cleaning, and all of that, right? The choice of the pros is really what's going to be able to do the job for the lowest price, that can be diluted, that can be trained on for detailers within a shop function, and then what are the what are the most common things you'll see in a detail shop? I mean, the joke is that when Levi says lacquer thinner for everything, why do you think that Levi used lacquer thinner for everything? Levi used lacquer thinner for everything because lacquer thinner is one of the cheapest, most effective ways to clean most things, right? And could it be the safest thing all around? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on the situation. But if you're a detailer, that's what you're going to be using over a lot of other, niche products. And that goes to say the same thing for soaps. That goes the same thing for interior cleaners and everything else. But what we are trying to do is cater to an audience who cares about their vehicles and cares about their investments
and cares about the experience
and cares about the experience.
And that's where it differs a lot. I think.
That's what consumers, that's what prosumers, and that's what a handful, not all, but a handful of professional detailers enjoy most. And that's what makes a lot of this so much fun and relaxing and everything else. But yeah, that's a whole...
No,
sorry.
I think that's an extremely valuable lesson for a lot of people.
That was a small...
No, that's good. That's real.
Jeff C. The more products you use, the more I value due diligence, education, and support that TRC provides. Slow and steady is better than yellow. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that.
Yeah. The reality is the pro products, a lot of times, user experience, not great. Kind of sucks a lot of the time. But that's why I would rather use the nicer stuff, even if, in a shop, it's not going to make the most sense. All right. We got Joey Belinsky. Comic-Con sounds like an introvert's nightmare.
Joey, do it with us.
Megan. Dane finding the nicest, most diplomatic way to talk about a demographic dying off. Well done, sir. Yes. Thank you, Megan. You were picking up what I was putting down. Appreciate you. Mike G. Yo, what's up, all? Went to Comic-Con one time, and although fun, it was a one-time thing.
I think it would be a one-time thing for me, Mike, but I do want to do it once, at least once.
Yeah. Then Ron wondering what I would cosplay as.
Well, I don't know we're cosplaying. I just want to attend.
No. Now that I see how uncomfortable you are, I'll cosplay. I'll cosplay as the Rocketeer from that Disney film back in the night. I love that movie.
You should cosplay as the Hulk to pay homage.
I knew my body type would come into this discussion quickly.
Dane, you've been the Hulk before.
Exactly.
I've already been the Hulk. I could be the Thing from the Fantastic Four. Yeah, just cover me in a bunch of orange makeup. Yeah.
Next up.
It's just me being orange. Let's
try to speed run these comments, Dane.
Let's go. All right, so we've got, oh my goodness, G. Davis.
Oh no, Dane's version of Mount Rushmore would include an Asian-themed gift shop and snack bar with a risque glossy 8x10s of him and Godzilla available. That's hilarious.
Thank you, G.
Oh, man.
No.
Aaron says, Instant Comic-Con similar to Disneyland where adults kind of over the top. Sounds like Anthony's worst nightmare. I know, but it would be maybe the most fun.
It was his idea, not mine.
Dagan says, my daughter and I never actually completed any task or whatever you call them in those Lego games, but we did find the button that would make the characters do flips. That's hilarious.
That's what's important, Megan. Yes, wonderful.
That's too funny.
Juice Free saying, Labubus are a Furby V2. Oh, man. The technology in the Furbies was interesting.
Tamagotchis are back to you. Oh, no, Joey. Those were kind of cool.
Everything that's old is new again. Here we go.
Come on, keep going.
Ricardo.
What's up, TRC? Crew showed my kids some of the old toys the other day. Definitely brought back some nostalgia. They don't mask toys. They don't make toys like they used to.
Also, probably true.
Paul Woodcock is also the name that he used in Portugal to sell fake Honda NOS parts. Is that NOS new old stock? Is that what he's
new
saying?
Old stock. That's what he's saying.
Juice Tree says you're supposed to charge more for EVs.
So yeah, when he's talking about future detailers dealing with the EV stuff, yeah, okay, you charge more for an EV. There's a logic to that. This is an
electric car with water on it. The extra weight is killing the tires. Next up.
Yeah, the extra weight from EVs definitely is.
Hyperseal is a phenomenal product. Why you guys don't talk about it more? It is a phenomenal product, and we have talked about it until our face turned blue. We talk about it
amongst ourselves a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a good product. Dave loves it. Gabe loves it. There we go.
Now we're on to page 1 from page 2.
David, if you can't spray it and spray it in and half-heartedly rinse it off, then kids don't want it. That's funny.
That's right.
You actually can spray it on and rinse it off, which is really funny. Paul Woodcock says, well, the real Woodcock hasn't been to Portugal. Did, however, it lived in the same town as the factory that makes about 70% of the world's piston rings in Japan, though. That's cool.
That's a fun fact. Wow, that's so specific.
What is Carson putting on for LSP? I do not know.
And then it goes, ooh, phobic.
Phobic, nice.
Is that what you put on, Carson?
Oh, yeah, he is.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. Ryan's got some sharp eyes.
I'm applying it like a coating, so it's going to last a little bit longer. I'll be honest, that bottle is pretty old, so there's a couple little floaties in there, so who knows if we're going to get the true.
Steve says, so you live near a Subaru spare parts manufacturer. That's hilarious.
Yeah, his name is Carson.
Carson, here's that. Here,
he manufactures spare parts every time something breaks.
I love trying new products that work well. Once I fall in love with a product, I stick to it for the long haul. PNS, Gion, KCX, Carpo, and Grios have served me well. Nice.
Excellent. Then we got another Paul Woodcock.
And Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Daihatsu, Ford, Peugeot, BMW, and Alfa.
Dang.
Wow. Forgot to add Adams to that list, especially the shampoos. Adams does have good shampoos.
Steve Pearson.
We're
going to get to this whole page.
Just taking a dig at Subaru for having bad piston rings. Nice.
And that's okay. I gave Carson a hard time, but the reality is he loves Subarus. My first car was a Subaru, and I loved that car.
Rodney S. says, just curious, nosy, a month ago, I received one of my shipments of M22s from New York State. Do you guys have a DC there? I love the M22s and TRC. I do not know if we have, I do not know.
All right, something to work on. Thank you, Rodney.
I not off the top of my head. So North Carolina is what he said, right? North Carolina. He said North Carolina, right? Not New York. He said New York.
Here, keep going, and I'll get it back out there.
Rip off my veal, Anthony. Have a DC there. Oh, sorry. From New York State. Detailer's Domain.
Yeah.
Is the closest thing there.
Excuse me.
I just don't know if there is like a brick and mortar store, but basically the closest distributor would be Detailer's Domain, I believe.
Okay.
And then detailed image. Detailed image actually would probably be the closest.
DIY with Kane.
Anything you can share about TRC and SEMA 2025?
We'll be there.
We'll be there, and we're bringing some fun stuff. Yeah.
There are new things.
Yep.
Don't worry, there are very, very new things.
Yeah. Neil White says, juice-free coatings smuggled over the border are the best. Yes. And then the year mark on my coating ain't how long it will last and how long you're going to jail if you get caught with it.
Oh, my gosh.
Anthony and Dane should play as Frodo and Samwise. That's hilarious.
Oh, G. Davis looking out for me. A screen-worn Rocketeer suit is up for auction. $60K last time I looked. Woof. A little rich for my blood, my friend. Woof. All right, and Hans Closen, last comment I'm going to put up there with some very, very good advice. Hitting that thumbs up button, guys. Thank you so much, and gals. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Anthony, is there anything you'd like to leave the fine folks with?
No, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do. Have fun. Be safe. Yeah, we're getting ready for fall weather, so go out there and watch something.
Love that. And the very last one I'm going to throw it over to, that's right, I'm going to kick it over to Carson to do our final farewell today. Give the folks at home your goodbye.
So, if you enjoyed this live stream, make sure to subscribe down below for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.